folks, JD and Max here, and recently we went to Gloucester Prison. We held a paranormal investigation there. There were other teams there, but because Gloucester Prison is a 4-acre site, we were all separated off. Basically how it works, if you don't know, is you go into the canteen, there are all the sections mapped out for you in little lanyards. You pick up a lanyard and then only your team can go to that specific place, and then you get walled off from all the other investigators. We went to wings, we went to the kitchen, we went to loads of places, but this is episode 1. And episode 1, we went to the chapel. Max, what did you think of the chapel?
The chapel was a really interesting part of the building. The history in there particularly is really incredible.
Yeah.
They used to use this part of the chapel for the ones who were to be executed. Their last communion was taken in that chapel. And then you'll see it in the video, there's a great big cross on the wall, and behind that wall used to be where the gallows were. It was right at the top of the old gatehouse, and they would open the door that would used to be there instead of the big cross, and they'd go out and they'd be hung right there on the other side of where that wall is currently. It's a very strange section of the building. It's linked right at the end of one of the cell blocks, and it's a really odd place with a really odd part of the history.
It's such a weird place to have a chapel as well.
It is.
You know, you end up in the chapel after looking at all the cells, and as you walk in, you have where would have been the altar in front of you on a raised platform.
Yeah.
Then on the top in the balcony on the mezzanine, then that would have been where the organ was. Really, really crazy place. It didn't feel too weird there, but we did have a couple of strange taps.
We did.
The SLS, we use a Microsoft Surface for our SLS camera, and when we were all well away from it, and I can pinpoint in videos where we were, the Windows button was pushed. So when I came back to turn off the SLS, the Windows button had been pushed, which is quite strange.
Yeah, never had that before in a location.
No, never, never, never. Right, that's enough of us. Over to Max with the history.
This site, as it is, Gloucester Prison, was first built in the 1700s, 1792 I think it was. That's when it first opened. And there was new additions put on in the 1800s. But by 2013, it had closed as an actual prison. By the time it did close, it was used as Category B men's prison. But before that, in the kind of old history of the castle, it was mixtures of men and women. So there were lots of executions that took place here. Lots of them would have been in that building behind us. The very far back of it, which we'll go to later, used to be the old gatehouse. And they used to do the hangings on top of there when you could do public hangings. And when that changed in, again, the mid-1800s, they said, no, can't do public hangings anymore. They moved them inside the prison to do them there. And we think it was around here, in that building there, which was the kitchen, which is where we think they moved the gallows then. Lots of the people who were executed here, there was 123 of them, we think, their remains were left on site and they were actually buried. And we don't know where exactly they're buried because the burials were all unmarked at the time. Again, there's lots of thought that they are in or around this building here, which is the kitchen, which again we'll go and have a look at when we can. So yeah, lots of gruesome history in these places. Fred West was held here. Unfortunately, it wasn't when his crimes had been known. Obviously, if they had been known, he would have been here for much longer, but he was held here during stints for his burglary charges and things like that. So that's, someone we don't really want to meet, but if we do, we'll tell him where to go anyway. The very last hanging on this prison, or in this prison I should say, was in 1939, I believe, and that was a man named Ralph Smith, and he unalived, as we have to say on YouTube, his girlfriend, whose name was Beatrice Baxter, and he was hung here, which again probably would have been around that area there, and his body would have been left on the site. So lots of gruesome history. But that is a quick rundown of the history of Gloucester Prison. And now we will get back to the ghost hunting. Hello, here we are in the chapel. That is our friend Sam there, who's doing some pieces to camera, and that is our lovely JD. Now, this chapel here in Gloucester Prison was built in the 1840s and used to house all the prisoners here because up there when, there wasn't a wall there, when this was part of the old gatehouse, that is where they used to hang people, when they did the executions. And people would hear, watch them do the sacrament, the final sacrament, and that is where this would all happen. Obviously now it's the prison bar, not the sort of spirits that we're looking at today, but...
Cross, and I think, let me just turn the light on momentarily. Nope, just a plain cross. Plain cross.
Okay guys, lights going out in 3, 2, 1.
There we go, total darkness. Oh well, except for the natural daylight coming in through the windows.
And you place your hand around one of these devices. You will have seen one of these before, I'm sure. But if you would be kind enough to come towards it. If you hear any other voices, there are other people filming on the other side of the door here. But we are focused here in this chapel. Again, we'll leave that, we'll see what happens there. I'm going to have a little explore through here, leave that EMF and see if anything wants to, oh. Here we go. You can see this has been fully decommissioned. And it is locked. That door's locked too. I'm not sure what's through there. We'll have a look. That was obviously a bar. Like I said in the little history intro, this prison is currently used for airsoft, things like that. They hold markets here. That door's locked, so we can't get in there. But look at these beautiful old fixtures.
Should we do a little seance, first vigil?
Let's do it.
Right, Max, take it away.
Oh. What was that? Did you hear that?
No.
It was like it sounded like thunder, actually.
Okay.
Which is a bit strange. So, if there are any spirits here, we ask that you join us now. We don't mean you any harm. We only wish to sense your presence and learn more about you. If you're able, we'd ask that you move towards the cross on the floor, where that little box is, and wave your hand in front of it or use your energy to approach it, and it should help us sense you. Were you someone who was executed at this location? Maybe you were a priest in this chapel who helped people take communion in their last moments? Don't know what that rumbling sound is.
It's just the atmospherics outside, I think. Wind. Keep going.
Yeah, it could be wind.
Turn your light off.
If there are any spirits here, we mean you no harm. We just wish to get to know you. We wish to converse with you. If you could approach the cross on the floor, approach the device in the center of the cross. That'll help us communicate with you and help you communicate with us.
Come on, ghosts, spirits, anyone this year. Come and touch the little pod in the centre of the floor there. I'm going to walk over to it. I want you to do what I do. Just come close to it. Just touch it. So that we can sense it from here. Unless there's nobody here.
There could be nobody
And
here.
we are on our own, which is also a possibility.
Maybe we are on our own here.
Maybe we are. Maybe the ghosts, spirits, don't want to come and play. Which is fine. We realise we're ordering you about.
I'm sure you didn't like being ordered about. Do you like the fact there's a bar here now? I would like that. Again, if we can hear any background noise, that is just the other guy in A block who's making a lot of noise. But if you're here, any spirits here, want to take a break from A block and come and hang out with us here?
Come and hang out. We're pretty fun. We want to learn about you.
We can break into the prison bar.
We want to experience you. We would like to ask questions. If you are willing, then please pop on down. Either tap the little pod we've got in the centre of the room, throw something, tap on something. Can you copy me?
Perhaps you're a spirit that watched from up here?
I'm sure I heard a tap on top of the gallery. I'm going to do it again.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to move this.
Yeah? Maybe there's nobody here with us.
Oh, well, somebody's hit the start button on the SMS.
The what button?
Somebody's hit the start button. No less. Maybe the spirits in here are a little bit nerdy.
Do you like our tech? We can tell you about it. If you come and make that device make a noise.
Did you say they hit the start button?
Yeah, they hit the start button when I went over to check it earlier. That wasn't up there. So
Oh, interesting.
Somebody's playing funny buggers. And I can double check that with the timings as well.
Oh, yeah, that would be
When I
interesting.
stand by the camera where you two were either side.
That happened 10 minutes into this video, if that's helpful
Always
in
helpful.
editing. You're very welcome.
Come on, ghosties, spirits, anybody who may still be here, come and say hi to us. Hop on down. There were so many people, as Sand was saying, that were executed behind that cross where the old
123
gallows
people.
used to be. That's me. Can you copy this sound?
I don't know if it's the lighting, but this keeps correcting itself.
It will do in low light.
Okay.
Oop, falling over. That door's locked as well, we can't get in
I'm
there.
going to stand in the corner because I like dark spaces and this corner looks quite dark. Oh.
What?
Oh no. Looks like it's a unit. I thought it was a chair.
Scare you.
Right.
Again, if there are any spirits here with us in this chapel, we ask that you come towards us, come towards the cross on the floor. If you can walk towards the pod that we've left there, if you can move your energy to touch us in some way, make a noise. Can you copy this? There's some noises coming from there, but I think that's probably the guttering outside.
There were quite a few noises coming from on top of the gallery, sort of centre-ish, centre-left.
Yeah, anybody up there that would like to communicate with us?
If you don't want to come down and set off our little pod in the middle of the floor, touch one of us. Come on. We would love to have you here. We don't want to harm you, we don't cause you any problems whatsoever, other than we just want to experience what you are. And to talk, communicate. That's Sandy, you're putting her bag down.
It's just me put my bag down.
That's beeping from the road outside.
Can you hear the noises of, there's some noise of traffic in the background. Are you picking that up?
When do you guys think we should move on to the seance room?
We could move on to the seance room.
Shall we?
Yeah, by all means.
To the seance room?
All right, to the seance room.
To the seance room.